In television, we had Thundercats, which was early 1985. This one stands out a lot in my mind. So what I never realized, though, about this show was that it was basically animated by a studio in Japan, the Pacific Animation Corporation. Like, I did not know that.
You could totally see that in the character design.
You could, especially in the intro. The intro itself was just gorgeous.
Remember it had that awesome theme song, and they're all like running. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was just, I just repeated the name.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh!
Exactly.
It was a big part of animation at the time, especially Japanese animation, to mask that from United States audience, because there was a lot of Japanese anti-sentiment in the United States at the time. And I think a lot of things, even the Nintendo, people tried to cover up as much as possible that stuff was from Japan. And I just talked to you about this the other day, because I was like, wasn't Thundercats a Japanese animated show? And you were like, actually, I don't know. And then we looked it up.
And I was like, surprising. What? Yeah, but I do remember, it's funny though, because I didn't really realize it at the time, but now looking at it from an older perspective, like even the way Mum-Ra comes out and he has this speech, this almost song that he delivers every time, and how it never occurred to me that that's like something I had seen very commonly in other Japanese cartoons or even in Pokemon. Like Pokemon, the Team Rocket intro, you know what I'm saying? Like that blew my mind when I realized. I was just like, how did I not pick this up? Because I was pretty good at knowing, hey, that's from Japan, that's pretty cool. And I thought only the intro was.
Even when you were a tiny kid?
Even as a kid, yeah. No, because you could tell when the quality of the animation was really good, somewhere between ages, I don't know, like between 10 or older, somewhere someone had told me, hey, really good animated stuff comes from Japan.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't come from America.
That's back when it was called Japanimation. Before it was anime.
Oh, that word. Yeah, no, for sure.
I remember, was it Snarf? Is that the little annoying cat's name?
Snarf.
Yes, all the time.
How are the toys for? I remember them, like, they have
I think I had the plastics, the sword.
The sword, yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing that I remember the most about the Thundercats.
The hilt, you'd hold it up to your face, and the hilt kind of did this around your eyes.
Did it light up?
It would light up.
I don't think it did at the time.
Some of them did. I think some of them did, but some of them didn't. But it had it would project the Thundercats logo.
Yeah.
I had some of the toys
that's
too.
Awesome.
Yeah, like I remember the Lionel toy was pretty good. It had like some kind of like chopping action, like with a switch on the back, like most toys ended up being. Another big commercial for toys that was at least half an hour long was also G.I. Joe, a real American hero.
I was a Transformers kid and didn't. I mean, I have a lot of friends that had a pile of G.I. Joes, but yeah, I was sort of, for some reason, in my recollection of my childhood in New Jersey, it was kind of like Transformers or G.I. Joe, but not really both.
Well, I was a particular kid like that too. Like, I really picked what I liked.
Yeah.
And like, I really liked Lego, but I wouldn't like G.I. Joe and stuff like that. It was really strange. That's what makes good critics, though, right?
Yeah, I've seen the cartoon and everything, but yeah, that was always sort of the other thing for me.
Yeah, I was never a G.I. Joe kid myself. I think the thing that I associate G.I. Joe with the most is
destroying them.
Yeah, once the toys weren't cool anymore, just finding clever ways to destroy my friends' G.I. Joes.
They smelled so weird when you burned them. They're so they
You
first of all,
G.I. Joes?
Oh yeah, everybody did. They turn. They make a black smoke, and they burn so fast. It's like you hold a match to a G.I. Joe, and it just goes.
All of our toys back in the 80s were made of toxic, horrible
that's
things.
An man where he's got the magnifying glass. See you in hell, soldier.
It's just like how all 80s toys were like nice, high-quality die-cast metal, and then in the after that, everything went plastic and cheap.
Well, it's because it hurt. The die-cast metal hurt though.
Well,
like,
but
you pinch your finger in that thing.
You get a sibling to wail one of those things at you.
I got a good story about burning G.I. Joes. I was into model rockets.
Okay.
And not into G.I. Joes because they were for kids, because I was a little bit older at the time. And my friend and I would go to the hobby store, and you could get model rocket engines, which basically have gunpowder inside.
Yeah.
I don't know what's inside them, but it's silver and it burns like the dickens. It's crazy. And you would take it out, and we would like cover like a G.I. Joe tank or something with it, and light it. The whole thing would just go blap and just like melt down in like seconds.
You are the kid next door in Toy Story 1.
Yeah, you're Sid.
Well,
You're Sid.
But it was, we were doing this, and and all of a sudden it just went boom, like normal. But he was a little bit too close at the time, and there's a lot of smoke. And he turns around, his eyebrows are gone. Completely gone. Like, no eyebrows. And they left these little flakes, like gray ash, and he wiped it
How did
off,
he
and they're
explain
gone.
it to his parents?
That was the big problem. And I can't remember how it ended up being reconciled because I left, but he got in so much trouble.
Oh, man.
And his eyebrows grew back very slowly.
Very interesting.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, man. Yeah, G.I. Joe. No, but really, it's still, like, I remember the toys being really cool. I wasn't a huge G.I. Joe fan per se, also big Transformers guy, but either show was a big vehicle for you buying toys,
Absolutely.
essentially. That's all it
But we didn't
sort of
care.
was.
We loved it as kids.
Yeah, and there was nothing wrong with that.